Hello wonderful people! Welcome back to my channel, Joey Happy Place. My name is Joey. Today I'm going to teach you how to make cheesy tteokbokki. Who won't love cheese? Let's get started! First, we're going to use up some dried up anchovy. I'm using the Japanese kind, but you can get the Korean kind. They have different type, and my Japanese one is a little bit smaller than the Korean type, so I'm going to use a little bit more. After, you're going to degut it, take out the heads, just like this. It's really easy. Even though it broke into pieces, don't worry much about it. The reason why we opening the guts and the head is because if you boil it with the guts and the head, it might be a little bit bitter. And we try to avoid that. Now we're gonna put 3 cups of cold water into the pan and turn it on high heat. I like to put the dried up anchovy into the cold water before it boils. I found that it brings out more flavor from the anchovy. After a few minutes, after you can have all those flavors and smell from the anchovy, you can remove them all out of the water because we don't need those anymore and you can discard them. Now we left with the yummy anchovy broth. It's so flavorful, smell wonderful. We put half a pack of the tteokbokki, the Korean rice cake, it's frozen, into the broth. And we're going to cook it for a few minutes until it's softened. Now we're gonna put in our Korean hot pepper paste. It depending on how spicy you want it to be, you can put 1 spoon or even 2. I only can handle a little bit, so I'm just gonna put 1 spoon in there. You can buy all those ingredients in a Korean supermarket or even an Asian store. I bought this in an Asian store, I think in TNT. This hot pepper paste, it have a sweet undertone. So it's really good. You just put it in the water and let it melt. Stir it until it fully dissolves into the broth. And that is your base of the tteokbokki sauce. After a few minutes of its boiling, you notice the sauce become a little bit thicker. That is because of all the starch released from the rice cake. Now we're gonna put some frozen pre-fried fish cake. You can find this in an Asian store or even a Korean store. If you can't find this, that's fine. You can have replace it with fish tofu or just anything you want. But the traditional way is this fish cake. Then you want to cut it in any shape or form you like. I like to cut it into strips. In the Korean restaurant that I have been, they like to cut it in triangles. Now we're gonna give it a mix and boil it a little bit more until the rice cake is cooked and softened. While it's still boiling, then we're gonna put like a teaspoon of soy sauce to bring out the flavors. A teaspoon of sugar. Now we're basically done, so I'm gonna cut some green onions in it. Now you're basically done. This is the traditional Korean like tteokbokki. But of course, I love cheese and I promised you with a cheesy Korean tteokbokki. So I'm gonna put some Swiss cheese in it. I'm gonna put 2 and it's gonna melt and it's gonna be just great. If you want the stretch or extra cheesy, you can actually put mozzarella cheese. Then it's, like even stretchier. Oh my god, the cheese is melting. Look at this. It's delicious. The smell of cheesiness, sweetness, spiciness, saltiness, everything you needed. All the wonderful thing is in this one pot. Right now we cannot go out and this is the closest thing that you can get for Korean food. If you like my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. The cheesy tteokbokki. It's delicious. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.